So let's talk about the dog called Avei. Why her name is Avei? This is the name I gave her. Well, I was shouting to her, go away, go away, in Polish and also in English, but instead of just leaving me, she wanted to come closer, so I can pat her. Or she was just showing her belly. Yeah, that's why I called her Avei in my mind. I never shouted to her Avei, but I was shouting go away. And this is the dog, I think it's a shepherd dog, which runs behind the horses here in Patagonia. I met her like 20 kilometers from Coyhaique when I entered the Carraterra Astral here on Ripio, and she just suddenly, out of nowhere, she just like jumped on me from the bushes, and I was like terrified, like I just shouted like oh and she just jumped on me, and I wanted to, I was patting her, yeah, like hugging, and yeah, she was very happy about it. But that moment I didn't know what's going to happen, because as soon as I left the place, she started to run to follow me, and I was shouting to her like go away, just leave me alone. I was even pretending that I have a stone and I'm going to drop at her this stone. Well, I didn't hit her, but I was trying to get rid of her. Why? Well, guys, running behind a bicycle for, I don't know, like 20 or 30,000 kilometers, I don't think is the best way for like having a dog. It's very dangerous for the dog. So I didn't want her to follow me for so many kilometers. She may die. But still, she was doing this. And she did this for like 80 kilometers. She was running behind me for 80 kilometers. And when one night I camped, I put my camp for the night, I told her of course to go away, but then she just was lying behind, near my bicycle, and then she moved under the tree on some like old leaves under the tree, so this was not raining, and she was sleeping there. In the morning she was still there, and she came to me like, with this look in her eyes, like she wants to be with me. She was shaking all over her body. I was a bad guy. I didn't give her food, but I didn't want to like reinforce it that she will stay with me. I didn't do anything to her, but I was just trying to ignore her, but still she was running behind me. But at some time I started like to breaking up. Like not breaking up, I was starting to break, and I was started to like her. So when she was running behind me on the paved roads, when I can go sometimes like downhill 30 kilometers per hour, I was slowing down. I was stopping in the places where she had water. I was defending her from dogs, so she's okay. But she was great, because she was like taking care of my bicycle when I went to the shop, or she was lying next to me. She was putting her nose into my hand so I can pat her. I didn't do it. I was just ignoring her. I didn't push her away, but I was just ignoring her. And she was like, when there was a car going on the way, she was just running straight behind the bicycle, so it's fine for her. But still, I was thinking like it's not the best. It would be irresponsible to take a dog for such a long trip, so I decided to leave her. And as soon as I was going in some place, and there was a farmer, and he just called her, like whistle on her, so maybe she comes, but she ignored him. But I stopped and asked him like if he can help me, because this is a dog which follows me for 80 kilometers. So he said that yes, that he had 3 dogs, but he lost one yesterday, I think so, like the day before, and then he needed a 3rd dog. So it was like a good occasion, and yeah, the dog stayed with him. He puts some small rope on the dog neck, but nothing serious, like normal like rope, so the dog stays, and he tied it to the small tree, and I left. But the look of the dog, she was looking at me like I'm the biggest traitor in my life. I felt so bad, because I wasn't really good for her, but at least, guys, she found a home some way. Because next day when I was leaving for the trip, it was today morning, I realized that there's another dog waiting at my bicycle, It was very similar to the previous dog, except the nose was white. And I just look at this dog and just like it came to me. So what I do is like, I'm not showing that I'm not aggressive, so I just touch this dog a little bit, you know, like on the head, but nothing special. And still this dog was following me for the next 5 kilometers behind my bicycles. I think dogs here in Patagonia are very nice, but there's many homeless dogs and they look for the home. So you have to be very careful here to be nice for dogs. I know that in Bolivia or Colombia the dogs are very aggressive. Here they're so nice that they can follow you for 80 kilometers, and then you have to... I was feeling a bit responsible for this dog, so I wanted to find her home. I didn't want to leave her like this, because like in 200 kilometers I had a ferry to Puerto Montt, and then I couldn't take this dog and it would stay in some small city. This would be very bad for the dog. So I'm happy I was able to find her home, but I got the lesson not to be too nice for the dogs. Okay guys, I'm sorry I'm not the super Christian guy who takes care of all the dogs, but I wonder what you would do on my place with the dog. If you are in the situation like me, just put a comment. What would you do with the dog like this? Okay, this was Magyar. Take care and bye bye.